Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, first story up. What we have been talking about for now 4 weeks is the hurricanes down in the Caribbean. This week it is Hurricane Maria, and Hurricane Maria is destroying basically the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. Just all of the islands down there are being hammered back to back, not even recovering from all of the other hurricanes that have passed through there, and now just it seems like every other day they are being hit again. This week it's been, like I said, the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. The eye of the storm hit Puerto Rico yesterday morning, I believe. It's the same exact story, you guys. It's the surge of the water, it's heavy flooding, it is basically tearing up everything in its path. They say Puerto Rico, 100% of the island is without electricity, and they are not sure how long it will take for the island to get the electricity back. There, some are saying even 4 to 6 months, which I cannot even imagine. Virgin Islands, people are complaining that they're not really reporting much on the Virgin Islands, and I couldn't even really find much information on the internet about the Virgin Islands, but from what I understand, they also have been hit really bad. One side of the island is worse off than the other, from what I understand. So there's one side of the island that gets power and is still able to have some cellular service. I think they said it was the west. I'm not sure, so let me not say. But yeah, they can't even get in with any type of relief efforts because it's not safe for anybody to travel down in there. So as they're being hit back to back to back, you have these people that are in dangerous situations. There's flooding, their homes are torn apart, they can't get to their food, it's been washed away, and then there's nobody around that really can help them at the time. So it is just it's just terrible. It's a devastating, just to look at the pictures, and to know that there are people down there that are suffering just over and over and over. This has been the craziest hurricane season. I don't think that I can ever remember since I've been alive, hurricanes this strong hitting back to back in one season. Like I said, they have been picking up, and it seems like every year there's been a pretty serious hurricane, but to get 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 in one hurricane season is unheard of and scary, because I'm hoping that once we can settle down, hurricane season goes all the way to November, and who knows how far in the alphabet we will have gotten by the time November gets here. And I can't imagine any more that these people can take in these places. So our prayers go out to all of those that are being affected down there. Those of you guys who have family members and friends down that way, special prayers go out to you guys. I can't imagine not being able to get in touch with my family, and it's just a heartbreaking and depressing thought to even turn on CNN these days and to watch all that's going down there. So prayers up for everybody being affected by Hurricane Maria. And then the earthquake in Mexico City. So there was a magnitude 7.1 earthquake in Mexico City. I believe that was Tuesday. And as you can imagine, Mexico City is not used to getting hit by strong earthquakes. The infrastructure there is not necessarily built to withstand an earthquake of 7.1 magnitude. And again, devastation in the city, and all the surrounding cities, not just Mexico City. But you see the pictures, there is buildings that have just reduced to rubble. I was watching a video where you just saw right before your eyes a building. It looked like someone had like it was a demolition, just crumbled right there in front of the people's face. And everybody is screaming. The confusion and the terror that, first of all, earthquakes are very unnerving because, you don't know what's going to happen. If you were to compare earthquakes to hurricanes or tornadoes, at least you are prepared. I don't know how prepared you can be for a category 5, but you know what I'm saying. Earthquakes just come out of the blue, and once they hit, and everything crumbles down, then there's all this confusion of, you know, who to get to and how to rescue these people. And that's what they're having the problems there. They have a lot of volunteers, and they have a lot of people that are trying to help, but like official volunteers where they're able to drop the mics down into the rubble to see if they can hear for different sounds of people, you know, alive and unfortunately that may have died. They don't have as much of that. So people in the community, people in the city are all out trying to help others. But I was watching on CNN yesterday, and one of the guys that are part of the official relief efforts was saying that it's just so much confusion because everybody wants to help, and it's a lot of people, and some people are in the way. And so you can just imagine the same down there, just not dealing with water and wind. This time they're just dealing with buildings that even are still not even stable, even with aftershocks that are going on. Buildings that made it through the initial 7.1 earthquake could have been knocked off of its, off of its foundation, or it could be major cracks and everything, and all it would take would be just one more shake for that building to come down. So I'm sure nerves are on edge, and people are not sure where to go, what buildings to trust, or anything. Well, I tell you, it is a lot going on in the world. I keep on saying that it has something to do with global warming. I know that there are many people who say that it is, and I even had some rock stars in my comments tell me they don't feel the world is getting any hotter because up like in the United Kingdom, for example, it is colder there. I mean, I don't know what to say to that. If you're looking down at the southern parts of the world, then I would say that yes, for sure, the temperature is warmer here. So my heart goes out, prayers go out to everybody. Mexico City, I mean, hurricanes, earthquakes, natural disasters everywhere. Just, prayers up for everybody. Keep your head up, rock stars all over this world. We praying for you. So many of you guys asked me to talk about Kevin Hart. I'm not sure if you guys saw that I did a Top of the Blogs extra about Kevin Hart on Monday. And then I thought, well, maybe they mean the update on Kevin Hart and what has happened, the fallout since the tape came out and whatnots. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll update. How's that? First off, Tori, his ex-wife, she interviewed with what's the name of the show? Inside Report? Insiders? Oh, I didn't put it in my phone, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, that very next day she did interview with Inside Report, and I had absolutely no problem with that. I feel like Tori is owed this opportunity to get off whatever she had on her chest, considering she has bore the brunt of the bad decisions that Kevin has made in the past. Okay, like she said, he has created a whole career off of her back, basically, yeah. She should be able to say what she wants to say too. Don't fuck your money up though. I was like, because I'm not sure if it was mandated that Kevin has to give her that $20,000. I know she has to get child support, but I think he was giving her more money just on top of it, just out of the kindness of his heart. So I was just like, girl, don't fuck your money up. But other than that, not mad at Tori Hart at all. I think that this is her time to, what is the word I'm looking for? Shine, if I may. As far as Kevin and his wife, they look like they are still trying to make a go of it. We saw the rib out immediately the next day by herself, walking her dog or something, and she still had her wedding ring on. I just saw pictures yesterday of both he and the rib going into what looked like a restaurant. Maybe they were going to lunch. Again, wedding rings are in place and together. I can't be mad at the fact that they're trying to work their relationship out, okay? Obviously, they're trying to keep up a united front with all the shit that's going on. I guess his wife has put it in her mind that she's not gonna let this whole thing go because the nigga was stupid enough to get caught fucking around with some stripper. So yeah, like I told you guys in the other video, I didn't never think that she was going to leave him, and so far looks like that's exactly what she is not going to do. Now, as far as the girl that was caught in the video with Kevin Hart, her name is Mantia Sabag. She held a press conference yesterday where she claimed innocence, that yes, she is the girl in the video. However, she did not set up a video camera to be extorting money from Kevin. She had no idea that this camera was set up. She doesn't know how it was. She's not trying to get any money. This is not a money case that she's on, a money grab, they call it. But instead, she's just trying to protect herself, and that's the reason why she hired Lisa Bloom, child. That does help her out a little bit. We'll see if that story changes as time goes on. But I have been hearing stories that this whole Kevin Hart scandal is much bigger than even Mantia Sabag, that she may have been used as a pawn of a larger scheme to just kind of bring down Kevin Hart. They're saying that it might be a very large operation, that you know, their sole purpose was to knock down the very powerful, the very rich Kevin Hart, you know, knock him back a few pegs. If that is indeed the case, I guess these investigators will find out as time goes on, then that's a little bit more sinister. And now you got to wonder, who might it be that has it out this big for Kevin Hart? And then that just brings all kind of conspiracy type theories to mind that I don't feel like playing with. But and I'm sure many of you guys are, you know, some of my, you know, my real woke rock stars out there, y'all will put it out there for me. But yeah, so they're saying that it could be more to this whole situation. They aren't talking about what appeared to be a third girl that was in that room on that video. It just seemed like there was a third person in there. Nobody is even mentioning her, so I'm not sure. Maybe there wasn't. But for those of you guys who actually saw the sex tape, didn't it look like it was a third person? And that person purposely stayed out of the frame, pretty much, of the camera? I don't know. But yeah, that Kevin Hart case is still going on. But like I said, him and the Rib, they are trying to make a go of it. And I guess we'll hear more about what happens as time goes on. I will also say that big blogs, big networks, big media outlets, they are not talking about that sex tape. They are not even discussing the sex tape. They are still on the whole sexually suggested video that is out and about, but nobody is actually talking about the actual video. So that's interesting to me. They are keeping their hands off of that. And like I said, Kevin Hart, you know, when you have Kevin Hart kind of money, you can keep an eye on everything. You can clean the internet. Anybody that is talking negatively or talking about this case, or, you know, putting shit out like that, he is going to come after you. And we've seen that with a lot of popular bloggers on Instagram especially. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, bad times for Kevin Hart. But Kevin Hart will be fine. Usually in situations like this, it's always the women that get dragged through the mud. And it will be the Rib. In some cases, it'll be Tori. It'll be the stripper or strippers. But Kevin Hart is going to go on and continue to make his money. And people are going to go see him stand up and make his movies and everything. So it all cleans out in the wash, y'all. That's it. That's it on Kevin Hart. Whatever other updates that come down the pike, I sure enough will let you know. Guys, award show talk. First, let's talk about the Emmys. I watched the Emmys on Sunday. I always enjoy watching the Emmys. I always enjoy watching the red carpets. You guys know I am an award show kind of person. These Emmys were good. We had a lot of black representation there and a lot of black winners for subjects that meant something. So I was happy. I mean, they all mean something when you get an Emmy. But something, you know, to the layman, just to the average Joe like myself, meant something. So let's see. Congratulations to Donald Glover, who I love to death. Childish Gambino, if you will. Okay, we know that Donald Glover is the writer and the director for the show Atlanta, which is hilarious, which is so underrated. A lot of people do not know about this show, and it is funny as fuck. Very, very clever, very smart and witty, and very Atlanta. Just living here, that show, just that show is so much Atlanta. I don't know how else to describe it. But anyway, congratulations to Donald Glover. He won for Best Director. I was shocked as hell. But then I remembered that Donald Glover has a name in Hollywood for sure. He's been writing behind the scenes. I mean, I think he's even used to be a writer for Saturday Night Live, which is like a big thing for comedic writers out there in Hollywood. So he won for director of a comedy series, best director of a comedy series being Atlanta. He also won for best actor in a comedy series. And I was like, well, damn. I was shocked on that one. I didn't even know he was nominated for it. I know that he won for that he won for best director, I believe, for the Golden Globes. Emmys, I was really, really shocked. I wasn't expecting it, and it was great to see him up there. Congratulations to Lena Waithe. Okay, she's the first black person to win an Emmy for best writing in a comedy series. She wrote the Thanksgiving episode for Master of None. I've never seen the show, but congratulations to her. I had never heard of Lena Waithe, but we're gonna know a lot about her now. Also, congratulations to Sterling. Okay, and Sterling is on the show This Is, what is it? This Is It? Or is it This Is Us? This Is It is a restaurant out here in Atlanta. What is it, you guys? Is it This Is It or This Is Us? Oh, I know I be fucking days up sometimes, you guys. But anyway, congratulations to him. He won for Best Actor in a Drama Series. And again, it's always good to see the black folks up there. It's so funny, I thought that his wife was Issa Rae. I mean, I didn't think that he was married to Issa Rae, but when I saw him on the red carpet with this woman, I thought the woman was Issa Rae and that maybe they were dates. Turns out it wasn't Issa Rae at all. It was his wife, who looks very much like Issa Rae. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God, that is not Issa Rae. But a beautiful wife, and he looks very happy with her and vice versa. I didn't even realize that he was the one that played Christopher Darden in the OJ thing last year. So, old Sterling is doing very well for himself. Speaking of Issa Rae, we got to talk about people being upset that she said that she was rooting for everybody black. Listen, you know what? It might not have been the most politically correct thing to say, but I don't give a fuck. Like, if you want to root for everybody black, then I'm black. Black people don't never win. Black people don't usually be in these type of categories or even represented on these award shows. So if I want to fucking root for the black people, then let me do that. But I understand why people are having a problem with it, because I guess you can't have a white person get up there and say they rooting for everybody white. But I don't give a fuck with the double standard. And then we also have people upset with Dick Gregory and Charlie Murphy not being in the memorial. Now, I wouldn't expect Dick Gregory to be in the memorial. Yes, I would have liked for Dick Gregory to be in the memorial, but I believe that Dick Gregory has burned some bridges in Hollywood. So it's unfortunate, but I wouldn't expect them to have put Dick Gregory in there. As far as Charlie Murphy, though, I think that was definitely, why wouldn't they put Charlie Murphy in there? It had to be an overlooktion. Shout out to May on Greenleaf. Somebody dropped the ball on that one. But yeah, Dick Gregory, I was not really surprised. As far as everything else, yeah, I enjoyed the Emmys. I went on and watched Big Little Lies because it was a big winner at the Emmys, and I watched the 7-series mini-series on HBO because my app is about to expire. Had to cancel it after Insecure went off. And yeah, enjoyed the show immensely. Very well written. I guess it's based on a book, same name. Yeah, enjoyed it. Gonna start watching This Is Us. I think that's what it's called. Try to get caught up on that because my brother been trying to get me to watch that for some time. But you guys tell me what you thought about the Emmys. You're good, you're bad, you're ugly. Leave all that below. And then let's talk about the VH1 Hip Hop Honors. Not necessarily an award show, but you know, something along the same vein. What I will say about Hip Hop Honors is they have a lot of work to do on that show. I don't want them to put nothing out which could have the possibility of being really, really good, and then every time they do it, it's horrible. First of all, it is entirely too short. 1 hour of trying to cram all of what you're trying to do just feels rushed. It feels thrown together. It feels nervous. It feels anxious. It don't feel right, you guys. We had the same problem last year when they tried to do the Women of Hip Hop, and then this year when they do this 90s. Now, all of this should have been real good, but it just wasn't. I will tell you the highlight of the night for me was Missy Elliott. I was glad she was at the beginning. She didn't have to get affected with all the other bullshit of the show. And Missy Elliott is, bar none, nobody can touch Missy Elliott on the creativity level. Just the way her brain works to come up with these ideas and then to bring it to the stage. Her coming out of that water, you guys, really. All of the black makeup and the black costuming and just the song itself, okay? That song, even as old as it is, you can still play that shit today. And see, that's when you know that you got some classics. When you can put a Missy Elliott album on, you know that shit is old when a bitch say album. When you can put a Missy Elliott track list up and enjoy the fucking music even 20 fucking years later. Yes, it is time for them to honor Missy Elliott properly at one of these major award shows, and I'm waiting on it. I don't want her to really do any more performances because I feel like it waters down Missy Elliott until she gets the real big one that she truly deserves. But yeah, I appreciated all that she did. I mean, I just love Missy Elliott, and anytime I hear her music, that's another one of them songs. You know how I say Poison always make me want to dance. So does Get Your Freak On. Okay, it's a whole bunch of songs. I ain't got time to be listing shit for you, but yeah, I enjoyed Missy Elliott a lot. Other than that, who else? I did enjoy Little Kim's performance as well. Okay, and I was glad that they had Fabulous out there because you guys remember last year we had Rich Homie Quan. He fucked it up. I mean, you know, Rich Homie Quan was doing a Biggie song, but still. Those are really the only two performances that I feel like I can really say I enjoyed. Who else? People talked about Escape. Y'all know I'm not no major Escape fan, okay? I'm happy that they're together and everything, but you know, I ain't got to see Escape. They was all jammed up in they denim outfits, okay? Titties and legs and shit. I was like, ooh, y'all look like y'all sore. Candy. Every man wants a woman when he came to something good thing. 'Cause I'm that type of girl. Let me know you rather and that too. That Candy be holding that alto. That bitch say, bitch, you ain't gonna get this note. That's right. Anyway, Mariah Carey is just, I wish she would not perform at these things. I mean, it's obvious that Mariah Carey doesn't give a fuck, and she don't give a fuck if you think that she don't give a fuck, because she doesn't. Okay, I think Mariah is one of the most wasted talents. I know that you guys are gonna get upset with me for saying it. I mean, Mariah Carey is lazy. She should still be one of those ones. I mean, Mariah Carey has never had much stage presence, but Mariah is disappointing to me, and I feel like she does her legendary status a disservice by getting up on the stage with this full of fucking niggatry ass performances, when really we could just put your music on and listen to it in our damn car or at the house and really appreciate the talent that you used to be. But for you to mistreat your talent that you had the way you do, it's like a slap in the face, really, you guys. And I don't know why people still put up with that from Mariah Carey. It's just let me get off of it, because I know that the lambs is gonna come after me. I do love Mariah Carey for all that she's done, but I don't think that she even cares about it anymore. So if she can't care, then I can't care either. And then of course we always have people that complain about not being a part of the thing. First of all, like I said, it's a fucking hour long. How many people can they get jammed up into this one fucking hour? So, you know, SWV and TLC T-Boz complaining that they weren't a part of the thing, instead having Candy and Tiny sing Scrubs. And I guess because they was already there, they was already paying them for what they did, so they was like, bitch, we gonna get a 2-for-1 out of them and put them in some TLC looking like outfits and have them sing. When T-Boz and what the other one is, Chili, they still perform. So I was like, why didn't they try to just get them? But I mean, I understand what they're saying, but like I said, they couldn't put all y'all in this 1 hour. Same thing happened last year. We had a lot of people complaining that you know, there were a lot of other female rappers that was important to hip hop who didn't get honored last year. They got a lot of work to do on that shit. I don't want them to be bringing back nothing else unless they can do it properly. That is a show that requires 2 hours and maybe even 3. Even though I know VH1 ain't gonna slot out 3 hours, but we would have been fine with 2, and for you guys to do the shit properly. So that's my take on it. I tweeted about that shit all night, honey. I was so over it. I was just Over it. Y'all let me know what you thought about it though. Oh, you guys, my mouth. I am at the orthodontist right now, about to go into my appointment as soon as I finish this video and the damn Greenleaf video. Okay. Reality show news. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, this fucking trailer. You guys kill me when you want me to review a fucking trailer. What do you want me to say about it? Yes, the show is coming on. Yes, it looked like it's gonna be petty. Yes, it looked like it's gonna be messy. Yes, it looked like it's gonna be funny. I'm happy to see that Nene is coming back. I think that Nene is a good addition to all of the everything else that goes on the show. I think it'll be even more interesting to see because Nene is back and she's friends with different people than she was before. So that's going to be a new dynamic that we add to the show, and we'll see. I mean, it looks like Portia is going to be pretty much out. Her only friend probably going to be Kim Zolciak. Don't nobody fucking like Kim Zolciak either. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy that they, you know, bringing the show back. The shit still feel like it ain't been gone long enough. But yeah, we'll be back to it in November, child. So yeah, I saw the trailer. The trailer was the trailer. You guys also wanted me to talk about the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion that we haven't even seen yet. What do you guys want me to say? Okay. I know that, you know, whenever they have these damn reunions, then everybody jumps on Instagram and want to be saying what happened and what fight they got into and who got their ass beat and all this and all that. So Zelda Monster and Ray the Gay AA got into a fight, supposedly at the very beginning of the taping. They had to put Zelda Monster out, so he's not even really going to be on the reunion. I don't know why people have to act out so bad at these reunions that they get put out at the very beginning. Zelda, that was your moment to shine. But these motherfuckers been fighting the whole damn season. So I don't know why we thought that they would be able to act like they were civilized human beings when they got up in the room together. Ray the Gay AA was on his Instagram and he showed the scratches, and nigga, it was about 15 scratches all in. I said, how many fucking fingers that damn Zelda Monster got? That nigga looked like it was like a damn barracuda had done bit him or shit. It was like all these scratches, like all in one row. I was like, this nigga Cujo? Shit. Other than that, I don't know what else. I ain't really tried to look into what's going on the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood reunion, because until we see it, I really don't care. I'm sure it's gonna be turned up and a whole bunch of drama and foolishness like usual, but and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. From what I understand, Alexa Sky is for sure pregnant. I'm sure Masika, even though she tries to act like it doesn't bother her that much, I'm sure that shit burns her buns. And I wouldn't be surprised if Masika don't try to get pregnant again either. That's it on the reality show news. Alright, you guys, and then in quickie, so there's a push for Bodak Yellow to hit #1. Okay, they're expecting it to hit #1 sometime next week. So I noticed that Cardi B was posting that she wanted everybody to buy her single, download her single off of iTunes. I think it's on sale right now for 69 cents. Everybody to stream, everybody to hit it up on YouTube. There's a big radio push for it to hit #1, and if it does indeed do that, then she will be the female rapper to hit #1 without a feature in 23 years. Okay, the last female rapper to do it was Lauryn Hill, and maybe even the only female rapper to do it was Lauryn Hill. So this is big deal for Cardi B, and very proud of her. I do believe that she will hit #1. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. Congratulations to Cardi B. The Escape Still Kicking It tour, they officially announced it yesterday or day before yesterday, and they have pre-sale tickets going on right now. So anybody out there that's big time Escape fans, they are going on official tour, and they have Monica and Tamar Braxton joining them. And I was like, well, that is interesting, considering that Tamar supposedly had fallen out with Monica and supposedly had fallen out with Tiny. And I'm not sure if, you know, she and Candy was ace boon coons or anything like that. So I was actually pleased to hear that they was able to work out their difference and get to this butt. You know, we all know that it's probably more Tamar than anybody else that was having the issue. But like I said, when you have a project that you need to promote, And I know that Tamar has a new album coming out. I think it's called Bluebird of Happiness. I'm sure she'll be singing mostly from her other 2 albums though. But yeah, Tamar has an album coming out. I don't know if Monica has an album coming. I haven't heard anything about it. But yeah, I think that's a really good lineup. And if I felt like I really wanted to hear Candy's old shaky ass voice and Tamika over singing everybody, then I would go and see it. But I don't plan on going. But I still think that that's going to be a good tour. Tamar is telling us that after this album, she will be retiring. I guess so sick of people saying that they retiring. I said, okay, Jasmine Sullivan, how about you just put that album out, and if you don't feel like making another one for a long time, then just don't make another one. I mean, you ain't never heard Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle and Riri and all of them. Riri talking about Aretha. You ain't never heard them talking about they retiring. These motherfuckers is 115 years old. They still out there singing. So how you come up here 41, 42 talking about you? Child, I cannot with Tamar. Yeah, you guys, tickets on sale. Will you be attending? And speaking of Escape, y'all, they say that Tiny is pregnant again. And not for Master P, but for her dear soon-to-be ex-husband, probably not be ex-husband, T.I. Tip Harris. And listen, I don't have nothing to say about it. I ain't got nothing to say, because you know how it is after you done said all you can say and people still gonna do what the fuck they want to do and say. Okay, that's how I feel. Congratulations to the happy couple. Do I think that Jada Pinkett Smith is a Scientologist? Yes, I believe that Jada Pinkett Smith is a Scientologist. What always kills me about people, if you're so proud about, being in a certain religion, why can't you just share it? I mean, I know it is a personal relationship that you have with your God or whoever you pray to. But the fact that Scientology is so... What is the word? I don't want to say sneaky, but it's like they hide themselves away. I mean, we know that Tom Cruise is a big time Scientologist, but for the most part, many people that are in that religion, they don't want you to know. And I just don't understand why they don't want you to know. But yes, I very much believe that Jada Pinkett Smith is a Scientologist. I believe that even before Leah Remini, whatever her last name is, even before her book and even before she went around telling this strange story about them playing hide and seek at Tom Cruise's house. I believed it way before that. Yes, I do believe that she is a Scientologist. We got the sad face for Lawrence Fishburne and Gina Torres. They are no longer together. Okay, there were pictures that surfaced yesterday of Gina Torres out with some man kissing on them, smooching on them, talking to him closely. You could tell that they were enjoying each other's company. Once the picture surfaced, she did come out and say that she and Lawrence have separated. They haven't been together since December of 2015. So they were married 14 years. What I'll tell y'all about that 7. Baby, you make it past that 7, then you hit it again at 14. Anyway, they are not together. Gina has moved on. But on a happier note, congratulations to Toya Wright. They say that she is expecting her second baby. And it is not with Lil Wayne. It is not with Memphis Wright. But it is with a man that she's supposedly been dating for the last year or so. They did not say what his name is, but supposedly he is a sports manager, sports agent. So somebody that is still successful, and as her 18-year-old child is now officially off of child support, I would imagine. Okay, baby, start the fucking cycle over. New baby, new money. Who this? And lastly, you guys, congratulations to a special rock star out there. You guys remember the FBI director on Scandal. Y'all know that she a rock star, right? And that she actually is a long time watcher of your girl. And we keep in touch with each other, y'all. I got an official Hollywood friend. Anyway, you guys, congratulations to Saquon Simblo. I'm not sure if I'm saying her last name right. I can never really be sure. But she is Vintage Pop Soul on Instagram. She was in the New York Times for this new play that she is in on Broadway called In the Blood. And it got a very good review in the New York Times. And evidently that is a very big deal in the Broadway world. She is in this play with a lot of big names from what I understand. I didn't write down what the names of the people, everybody in it. Anyway, we're very proud of all of our rock stars that are successful out there, and I told her that I would shout her out, so that's what I'm doing, okay? Fist pump of righteousness for our Black Girl Magic. Congratulations to you, Saquon. This lady is parked so fucking close to me, and she finally moved her I don't know how she thinks she's gonna get her big ass out this door. Anyway, you guys, let me get off of here. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.